Welcome back to my channel. I'm Amanda and today this is the kit share for February, and I have the pleasure of being in charge of the blog this month for February, so I got to choose the kit that we're counterfeiting, which is super fun. So I chose this one from the scrap room, which is from January 2024. It has some Cartabella, some photoplay, some simple stories, and some Vicki Boutin. And so I chose this one because of all of the different bits and pieces you can play with. So do a spring, winter, gaming, having fun, doing different kinds of things, and the crafty bit. So I thought that would be really fun to play with and would get some very different things. So I'm going to start with the Vicki Boutin one for what I picked out. And so first off, I do not have anything like the paintbrush paper, so I pulled out these dies that I have that are a paintbrush. So I'm totally going to play with that, probably for the 4th, and make a page like that one. Not the same, but I also have these birthday ones that I pulled out. And then, not that the birthday really goes, but I thought it would be fun. And it's my birthday month, and one of the challenges has to do with birthdays. And then I pulled out this a stitching die of the month from August 2024 from Spellbinders, which has the colorful palette and a paintbrush there. So I thought maybe I could play with that. So then that will go in my front here. And then my papers that I chose. So there is this geometric blue one. So I chose this one, which is a coordination sanding and tearing. And I don't know if you can see that on camera, but there is some texture there. And then I have this one. And so it is the inverse kind of the pattern of what's there. So blue on white instead of white, instead of two-tone blue. But I thought that would be an okay match. And then there's these big flowers. I didn't have anything similar, so I picked out this one just because I have the big flowers. It's kind of crafty looking. This is Kaleidoscope from Hip Click Club. That's the back of this one. I'll show you the back of the Pink Fresh one too, which is a pretty little flower. And then I picked out these ones. So the scale is a lot bigger, but they are bold flowers, which Vicki Boutin is known for. And I thought because hers has a lot of color on it, I could add color, like packaging technique or something to this one to like make them really pop. And I have 2 of those ones. So that's what I pulled out for the Vicki Boutin. And then we're going to come up here to the photo play. So the photo play, I don't have anything really similar. So, but I do have this Child Heart for Wild Whisper for the stamp set, and I have played with these before, and I love them. I've got some in there. And then I pulled out this stamp set too because there's some fun little sayings on here like inspiration, take time out to create, and there's just some fun little things. And so I thought they might work well with both of those kits. And then I have picked out a few things for the stripes, so I thought this one would be fun. Is it exactly like it? Nope. But does it matter? Not really. This is on the back, so that's an Amy Tangerine Brave and Bold page. So then I pulled out this basic gray one, and I pulled it out because the orange and the red are bold like in the kit, and so I thought that would be kind of fun to play with. There's nothing on the back of that basic gray one. I pulled out these 2 because I thought they were similar in colors, even though that they're a zigzag. These are, I think these are Close to My Heart, and then Just a Gray Polka Dot. I'm 99% sure those are Close to My Heart. And then I thought this one it's a little more muted, but it's got the blue and the orange, and like the stripes are all different lengths or widths like this one is. So I thought that would be a good one to pull as inspiration. And then there's this black and white one that kind of looks like letters, but it's got like squigglies and X's and triangles and all sorts of things. So I don't have anything close to that. So I pulled a couple things. So I pulled these two animal prints. This one is, I've got two of them, and it's got some good glitter on it. And then just a plain one. So pulled those. And then I pulled a few alphabet ones because it kind of reminded me of a mixed up alphabet. So this one has that white background with the black lettering. So I thought that worked okay. And then I pulled out this one because it's kind of messy, but I thought it'd be fun. And there's some glitter on that one too. And then I didn't have anything like the top page where it has the zigzags and it looks like it has some banner pieces and stuff. So I pulled this one just because this it's a little more elegant. It kind of reminded me of the Ziggy Zaggy kind of thing. So I pulled that one, like the swirlies. So I pulled that one just in case I decide to use it. It's a bit iridescent. It's silver, but in the light you get like a rainbow feel. So I thought that might be fun to play with that bit. And then we get into the Carta Bella one. So the Carta Bella one, I picked out 3 pieces of paper. So I picked out this one, but I picked out the On the Farm from Carta Bella first. So on the back side's this, but this flower is very similar to the flower that they have on there from 2024. And so I thought, oh, why not? And then I pulled this one, which mimics this one here, because it just kind of did to me. It's a similar size and scale, and then the color actually is really similar to the leaf color, so I thought that might be a nice one to put with that. And then I did not have anything like these sunbursts or these flower bursts, but I did have this one, and so kind of reminded me of that pattern, even though it's a little bit more organized and it's on a smaller scale. But I also chose it because the colors match really closely. So this green is in here, the pink is in some of the different spots, and this darker pinky red is also in it. So I thought that would be a good match. And then I have 2 of those. And then I pulled out some embellishments to go with. Because I didn't have that exact kind of paper, I thought these might make an interesting paper back, like an interesting background if I wanted to play with those, and I might do that for my forgery on the 4th. And then I also pulled out these because the colors match really well, even though this is Hip Kit Club, and so I thought these might be fun to play with on this paper. And then these 49 in Market frames actually go really nicely with the colors too. So there's some blue, some orange, and some green ones in there. So then that sets up really nicely for our page kit. And I actually have 3 of this pink. So, and then the last one is the Simple Stories one, and it's the Christmas one. And I'm going to go through this one super fast because tomorrow, for just the gist of it, because I'm in charge of that on the blog, I do go through how I pick this out and my paper stack and all of that a little bit faster. So I'm just going to go through it real fast. So an embossed snowflake, crosshatch in blue, a plaid in a dark navy, a glittered striped with some of the blue and a different glitter stripe, this stripe, because there's a few stripes. I didn't have anything that was as dark, but I pulled some different things. This one, I pulled this one just because I thought it was fun, and it has more of that geometric, and it kind of reminded me of this, but in a square from that Vicky Boutin page. And then the snowmans. So I had this one with more of a teal background, and I do have a scrap of that as well. I have this one from Keeping Cozy from Hip Kit Club called Snowman, and that one I thought was pretty cute, and that's the back. And then I think these are Stamp It Up or Close to My Heart, and so I have 2 of these, and so I thought those were super cute. And then the back sides. So that stripe would actually go not bad with this as well. And then very quickly, because I do go through this on my other one tomorrow, I pulled out some acrylic snowflakes. I pulled out a close to my heart snowman. I pulled out the dies, and then I pulled out some stamps and some other embellishments and different things. So all sorts of stuff that I can play with this one, and some ribbon. So make sure you take a look at the list below and the blog so that you can check out what the other design team members for Counterfeit Kit Challenge are doing as well. There's also the Facebook. We would love to see what you plan on playing with your kit this month. And I hope you're inspired to actually create with some of the stuff that we do this month. Thank you so much for being here today. Tomorrow I will go through how I picked the winter part of this kit, and then up on the blog explains how, if you need a little bit more help putting together your kit, on how to put together your kit tomorrow. So thank you so much for being here today. Have yourself a wonderful day.